Hi, my name is Jared Graham, and today I'm going to be covering doping in esports. So, to first understand doping in esports, we have to go over what is doping in general. So, doping is the use of either illegal or legal but banned substances to gain a competitive advantage. The most common form of this is using steroids in physical competitions like baseball, football, basketball, um, to improve your physical performance throughout the game. So, what does doping in esports look like? So, doping in esports, obviously, it's not as physical as some of those other sports I just named, but players are looking to gain a neurological advantage and definitely looking to improve their focus and reaction time while using the mouse and keyboard or controller if they're on the console. So, some of the substances that are used include stimulants like amphetamines that can increase alertness and energy, and not all amphetamines are like methamphetamine. Um, Things like Adderall, which is very popular in esports, are amphetamine as well, and you can get that prescribed by a doctor legally. Another one is nootropics to enhance cognitive function. You can think of like the nootropic gum that's been trending on TikTok. Just chewing the gum while you're playing can improve your cognitive function throughout the game. Another one is adaptogenic substances. Think of like vitamins that reduce stress while playing, like ginseng or ashwagandha. So, anytime you use any performance enhancing drugs, there comes health risks. From the stimulants like the amphetamines, they pose cardiovascular problems over long term use. And using too many nootropics can cause neurological problems. Not only that, but mental health concerns from the use of adaptogenic substances as they play on your cortisol, your dopamine, and your serotonin. You might become reliant on the substances instead of your own body to naturally make those chemicals. There comes consequences when you're doping in any sports, but in esports as well. Some of those consequences include bans for players and teams, which could significantly hurt their income, as most of these people in competitive esports are playing as a job, not just as a hobby. Fines for the players and teams as well, and then reputation damage. Damaging your reputation as an esports team or player can definitely hurt your income because that means things like sponsors dropping out or fans not tuning into your streams anymore. What can we do to prevent it? So some of the things like in-games analytics to track unusual player performance. So if a player has a normal reaction time window and they're way above that, then you can kind of figure out, okay, they might be using a performance enhancing drug. You can also test for banned substances. There's now that esports is gaining a lot of traction. There's organizations out there that will actually test for banned substances before the competition even happens. For the final takeaways, doping is a complex issue in esports that by and large goes underreported, as this level of esports is relatively new in the competitive space. They're kind of trying to catch up with how they're going to test and prevent, um, people from using performance enhancing drugs. But through education about health risk and stricter regulations, doping can be significantly diminished. But I also think it's important to have realistic expectations. With, like I mentioned, Adderall before, with Adderall, that can be prescribed by a doctor. It's relatively easy to get. So I think we have to have realistic expectations about, how we're going to prevent doping in esports and knowing that we can't always take it all away.